Hello, beloved. Welcome to your message. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for your time. If you're keen or interested in booking me for any and all kinds of readings or a one-on-one session, you'll find my email listed on the screen. Let us begin with your message from God and find out what He wants you to know at this time. So, I have a question for you, okay? Several, actually. And I need you to be as honest and as truthful as you can ever be. Not to me, not for me, but to yourself and for yourself. Okay? So, you read the title. And the title reads as follows. Are you tapped into your ancestry lineage? Do you even know what that means? If you don't know what that means, then already your answer is no. Let's proceed. To answer the question truly of whether or not you are tapped into your ancestry lineage, you will need to also answer this question, because this is the question that will answer this question. Do you know why you are here? Here on planet Earth, do you know why you're here? If you cannot answer that question, then no, you're not tapped into your ancestry lineage. And in this message, we will be deciphering for all of you, how do you tap into your ancestry lineage? Your ancestry lineage. Well, first, to be tapped in, you need to admit that you have been tapped out all along. You haven't had the right answers all along. You haven't known anything really all along. You've been trying to learn, figure it out, but you haven't really gotten to the truth of why you're here, of your ancestry lineage. So, how do we tap into our ancestry lineage? Where does it start? Where does it stem from? Those that came here before us, those that lived life before us, those that did this before us. But those that are linked to you by bloodline, your family. You need to take a look at your family. That's where it starts. No matter how painful it is, that's where it starts. That's the stem. That's where the seed got planted in your family. That is where your ancestry lineage will start and end in your bloodline. Isolate yourself for just one moment from the voice of others, from the voice of the world, from the voice of the internet. Those voices speaking so loudly to you and leading you astray, further and further away from your ancestry lineage, which is further away from why you're here. You're confused right now because the voice of the world, the voice of the internet, the voice of people has become louder than your own. You are not listening to yourself. You are not listening to yourself because you don't think you have the answers. You don't think you have the answers because that is what the voice of the world has told you. You don't think you have the answers because that is what the voice of people have told you. That is the voice of the internet telling you that. You don't know. But you do. And how you know is in what you know. See, the only way you can tap in, my beloved, is if you listen to yourself. That is where your bloodline is, in you. That is how your ancestors communicate to you. Your ancestors are the people who were here before you in your family. People you've never met because they were here before you. That is their purpose, to be before you. You're not meant to meet them. You're not meant to encounter them. You're serving a different role on earth. You're on a different mission, but you are from their bloodline. You're in that family that you're in has people that were here, great grandfathers and mothers. People that passed on already, people that moved forward. People that are watching over you right now as we speak. But the only way you can ever connect to your ancestry lineage is if you listen to yourself. That is where the answers will come from. You. The problem is you're dependent on people. You're dependent on the voice of the world. You're dependent on the internet. You're dependent on everything else outside of you. And you are neglecting yourself. That's why you are confused and lost. That's why you're seeking guidance. That's why you're desperate. That's why you feel like you don't know what you're doing. Because you don't. You are not listening. We're going to start with the cards. But I want to conclude this by saying this. What is listening? What is to listen? When you listen, listening is knowing. You are listening to the wrong things. That's why you don't know. If you listen to yourself, you would know. Let's begin. Thank you, Father. We have the 10 of Wands and the 10 of Swords. Very heavy energy, okay, beloved? With the 10 of Wands and the 10 of Swords here, I'm seeing you are facing a challenging time right now. Okay? Things don't seem to be coming in easy. Things don't seem to be working out in a way that is in alignment with your favor. Things seem to be against you. Odds seem to be against you at this time. You're heavy-hearted. There is a burdensome spirit that lies around you, dormant within you. The only way, beloved, that you are going to get out of this state of being, this burdensome state of being, heavy-heartedness, lack of clarity, disillusion, the only way you can tap out of this is if you tap into something else with this Ten of Swords. You can't tap out and just float in the world. You need to tap out and tap in elsewhere for growth, for better. Right now, you are tapped into the wrong knowing. And what does this say? You are listening to the wrong people, the wrong things. I mean, cool not to take these. Here we have the Three of Wands. So with the Three of Wands here, and the Five of Wands, I'm seeing, beloved, that, you know, there has been blockages in your path right now. You know, there are blockages in your path right now. There's no door that is choosing you. There's no one that is choosing you. There is no opportunity that is choosing you. Instead, you are being met by obstacles and blockages time and time again. Time and time again. Whatever you try to plant that is of yourself in the world, it doesn't seem to be harvesting the right crop. What does this all say, beloved? Things don't seem to be aligning right now for you. There is an imbalance heavily within your life, and this imbalance starts and stems with you as a person. You as a person. What have you experienced? What has it taught you? How has that evolved you? And what are you now? Who have you become? I see here that you're fighting your reality because your reality doesn't seem to be a favorable place for you to live in. It is very hard to exist in your world at this time due to how the odds seem to be against you. But truly what is happening right now, beloved, the havoc, the chaos, the destruction, the discontentment within, it's void. Meaning, look at it this way, it doesn't matter. Those things will never change unless you do. So you cannot look at them and point fingers at your problems and expect them to change. They only change with you. You change and everything aligns once you do. Once you align, Everything else aligns. The reason you are not aligning is because I'm seeing here that there is a blockage in what you know, the things you know. And the blockage lies upon the information you have been taking in as of lately. The last 7 days, there's been a mass of information that you've consumed. And it has made you feel different types of ways that you cannot even explain due to the extent at which it triggered you. And I see it that you spent a lot of time on certain information and it triggered your past. It made you think back to a lot of hurtful memories that you felt like you didn't even want to look at anymore. It hurt too bad. This information you've been intaking is what has caused these blockages within you and eventually outside of you. I'm going to tell you how. The Tower. This is not good, okay? This is not good, beloved. Awakening. Okay. Hope. With the Tower and the Awakening card, okay? In Scorpio season, which was just yesterday, you experienced Scorpio season in a very spiritual way. It came and brought upon a certain spirit in your reality. It came and it did something to your reality. It awoke you to certain revelations. Scorpio season, you know, the month of November just came with a lot of truths. And it revealed to you a lot of things you thought you had figured out and you thought you know. But you, with all this information you've been intaking, you've come to know that you don't really know much about what you thought you knew. This being your ancestry lineage. Because what I'm seeing here is that you have been intaking knowledge in hopes that that knowledge is what leads you to the truth of why you're here, your purpose. But you are not finding the truth because of the information, the type of information you're intaking. I see here that you are putting people on pedestals they don't belong on due to a title they have, a profession of some kind. You are letting that define the people, and therefore the information you take from them, you take it to a certain extent. There's no reasoning capacity to the wisdom you are receiving from these people, if I can even call it that. Because there's no direction in what they're telling you, is what I'm getting. With this Tower, it's more so causing you to feel out of balance, like you're not really doing something right here. It's making you seek more answers. The more you know, the more answers the more questions you have, the more answers you need, because you keep reawakening to certain truths, reawakening to everything that is in your reality. It's no longer what you thought it was. I'm seeing it here, beloved. Your life, your world, it's changed and it's changing. And I see that you've been fighting that. Okay, your spirit has been fighting this change. Your spirit has been discontent. Your spirit has not been in peace. in a state of calmness. And this shows within you and how you are. Genuinely, are you okay? Are you okay, my beloved? Because you're not. You are allowed to not be okay because what is happening to you is burdensome. What has happened is all just burdensome. These swords on your back, they hurt. This trauma, it hurts. I'm seeing here though that, the only way is to listen to yourself first. The Strength card. See, once you listen to yourself first, you hand yourself the rod of trust. I trust me. I trust what I know. Because where does it come from? Not anything and anyone. That's why it's trustworthy. Because, beloved, you don't know any of these people. Truly. Even me, you don't know me. You are just trusting in me and what I am telling you. But first, in order for you to let me guide you, you need to have a relationship with yourself first. So that what I tell you doesn't make your life, but it shapes it. There is a lot right now you are being told. You are hearing, you're taking in a lot of information. I see you spending countless hours just taking in certain information, not knowing where it's coming from, just trusting something or someone because of who they claim to be. Because of who they claim to be. To give out certain information, you need to be qualified, beloved. You can't be taking information from just anybody. You don't know what type of life they live in. That's why a relationship with yourself has to come first, so that you don't get lost in what you are listening to and who you are listening to, because you know yourself first. No one can ever steer you this way and that way and that way, because you know you first. You move at your command. I'm just a vessel. I'm not God. Who are you? Who are you? We have the Knight of Cups here and the Death card. Okay. See, right now, beloved, the chaos in your life is for one purpose, for your evolution. Everything that seems to be against you at this time, it's serving a purpose for your own evolution. You are awakening to who you truly are. And everything that you thought you knew needs to crumble first for you to build upon a foundation of truth. All the falseness needs to be out. Everything you thought you knew, you need to start afresh, and it needs to start with you. Start asking yourself questions. You'd be surprised. You might just hear the answer. Tap in. Tap in. You cannot be dependent on another human being. For your own evolution, you need to tap in. No one's information can save you. You need to tap in first. Because it starts with you. You are the seed, you are the root. You are now the bloodline. You are now the bloodline. But there were those that were here before you. They're just waiting on you, okay? See, they're just waiting on you to speak, to express, to believe that you are being heard and you're going to receive the answers from yourself. Because you didn't come here alone. There's a lot of you. You're not here alone. Your ancestors will not be able to tap in unless you allow them. And how you allow them is the trust. You need to trust. And to trust your ancestors, you need to trust yourself. They can't. That's the only way that they can guide you properly, so that you are no longer dependent on anyone but yourself and your wisdom, your knowledge, your truth, your ground, your roots. Start with you. You need to trust yourself. Trust what you're hearing. Trust what you're feeling. It starts with that, beloved. And if you lack that, they can't. They can't work with you. See, when you trust yourself, you tap yourself into a certain frequency, a certain vibration. Therefore, you automatically align yourself with something else outside of what you are usually tapped into, because your vibration has been raised, because you trust yourself now. Now you can be guided. No one that is guided is someone that doesn't trust themselves. Anyone that is truly guided, someone that trusts themselves. They don't do things without trusting what they're doing, scrapping it and saying it's not good. I need to do it like this. Then you are not being guided. You don't know what you're doing. To be guided is to just be a vessel. You sit back and watch. You need to trust yourself first. How are your ancestors going to work with you if you don't trust yourself? If they say, we need you to go to this place, just go there. They don't need to give you a reason. They're just going to say, go there. But see, the thing about you is you want reasons. Why? Why I got to go there? What is waiting for me there? You want to know everything. But to know everything, you need to first know nothing. Be a student. Allow yourself to learn, to not know anything. Be dumb. Let God fill you up with that wisdom. And baby, nothing will ever be the same. But God works with our ancestors as He works with us. It starts with our ancestors. So I close this off. This is how I want to conclude this. God talks to our ancestors because of this. This is the example I want to present to you. See, the story of Moses, him being a prophet, God spoke to him and he spoke to the people. But God spoke to him so he could speak to the people. What does this mean? Only people have different relationships with God. Those that claim to know him but lie, they don't know him at all because they don't know themselves. The truth of who God is will always be formless to everyone in the world. But your truth of who God is found in you. And once you find that, you automatically be tapped in. Your ancestors get full permission. You can be worked on. You can be healed. Everything can just begin to happen. But it needs to start within you. You need to be truthful to yourself, beloved. Say when you don't know. Say when you need help. Say when you don't have the answer. Say it. Say it in wanting it and not saying it in pride and ego. It's okay not to know. If you had done this before, don't you think your reality would be different? There ain't no past life. The past life is our ancestors. Tap in. That's all. Bye.